Good morning students, welcome back to my channel. And in this video we are going to study about the new and very important easy topic, that is chemical evolution. Till last video we have studied about the different awesome theories like a spontaneous generation, panspermia, Big Bang, nebular. So these all theories are the abiogenesis theories. So now we'll go on with the one more interesting theory, that is chemical evolution. So this evolution or this theory was given by a scientist called Oparin and Haldane, where Oparin is a Russian scientist and Haldane is an England one. Here, the special about the Haldane is he got the citizenship of our India. So let's go on with this theory. What did they say about this theory is this theory says that the first form of life originated from the pre-existing non-living organic molecules. In the sense, see here it is a chemical evolution, right? In the sense, we can think that, or we can say that the life originated by some chemicals. So this evolution or this theory says that the first form of life originated from pre-existing non-living organic molecules. Means pre, very small, they were existed before, and they are the non-living. They are not a living things, they are non-living organic molecules. For example, RNA, protein and fatty acids. So these all are the non-living organic molecules, right? So from these molecules the life got originated. So this is the chemical evolution. In the sense, we can say that the life or the chemical evolution is nothing but it is the origination of life from the pre-existing non-living organic molecules like RNA, protein, fatty acids or etc. So here can you see this series where I have written free atoms, that leads to inorganic molecules, and that leads to first organic molecule, later that to simple and to complex organic molecule, that leads to the first life. In the sense, see here free atoms in the sense in the primitive. So let's go back, okay, let's go back. Here free atoms in the sense during that primitive earth, in that time of atmosphere, those free items were carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur and phosphor. So these were the free items in the primitive earth, in that primitive atmosphere. So these free items interacted and formed the inorganic molecules. So those inorganic molecules are hydrogen, water and carbon dioxide and ammonia. So by these free items interacted and formed the inorganic molecules. Later these inorganic molecules interacted and again formed the first organic molecules. So the first formed organic molecules are the methane and hydrogen cyanide. So the very first organic molecules were methane and hydrogen cyanide, and again these first organic molecules interacted and formed these simple organic molecules. They are the sugars, amino acids, fatty acids and nitrogen bases. See here, sugars, amino acids, fatty acids and nitrogen bases are the monomers, okay. So they are called as the simple organic molecules. See here, sugar is a monomer of carbs, that is carbohydrates, and amino acids are the monomers of the protein. Fatty acids are the monomers of fats. So nitrogen bases, where these form the nucleic acids, where nitrogen bases we know that adenine and guanine, cytosine and thymine. So these all simple organic molecules are the monomers. So these monomers interacted and combined formed the polymers. So polymers are nothing but where sugars leads to the carbs and amino acids like proteins, fatty acids to fats, where nitrogen bases combine and they form the RNA and DNA, where RNA and DNA we are familiar with them, that is RNA and DNA they are the genetic material. So these formed later, the RNA and DNA formed. To be frank, in the primitive earth, the first formed nucleic acid was, that is ribonucleic acid, that is RNA, and that was non-living, okay. So this led to the first life. So this chemical theory says that these non-living inorganic molecule led to the first formation of life, and later this RNA was replaced by the DNA. So hence we can conclude that this theory, chemical evolution, which is given by the Oparin and Haldane, is nothing but where these inorganic molecules, where they get combined, interacted, that is chemical reaction happened, and that led to the organic molecules. So these organic molecules, however, they got converted into a new life where the life started. So this is the theory of chemical evolution. We can simply say that it is the formation or origin of a life from the pre-existing non-living organic molecules. So this theory was explained by, again it was explained by a scientist called Urey and Miller. So in your textbook you have it, that is Urey and Miller's experiment. What they did is, where Oparin and Haldane, they gave the theory but they were unable to give evidences. So this Urey and Miller experiment, what they did is, one more I have forgotten. See, here in chemical evolution theory, where we will get to know about how these free atoms combined, where that energy source came, and the factors, what were the factors to be affected. So let me tell you, in the primitive earth we all know that the temperature was very very high, and that is the source with like a solar energy. So sunlight was the energy for these chemicals to combine and interact, where temperature is the first factor, and the second one is volcanic eruptions. So those volcanic eruptions also used to give energy, and the third factor is, that is reducing atmosphere. So in the primitive earth the atmosphere was reducing because there was no free oxygen atoms in the atmosphere. Please remember that it was a reducing atmosphere or an oxygenic atmosphere, because the oxygen atoms were not free in the atmosphere. Please remember this, it is very important as per your CET and NEET exams. So these three were the factors for this chemical evolution. Let's go on with the quiz time. So it is now quiz time. Go on with the question. Which of the following was most likely to have been absent in free form in the primordial atmosphere at the time of origin of life? So please quickly answer your option in the comment option. So the question is, in the primordial atmosphere, in the sense in the primitive earth, which molecule or which gas was not in the free form? That is nothing but the oxygen. So we know that the primordial earth was a reducing atmosphere, it was having reducing atmosphere, in the sense there were no free oxygen molecules or atoms in the atmosphere. So oxygen is the right answer. And the next one is, chemical reactions could have converted simple organic compounds into dash for the origin of life. So we have seen that series where I have given where the chemical reaction took place and that simple organic molecules got combined or they interacted, and why they got interacted, and those compounds formed what to form the origin of life, that is micromolecules, nitrogen, oxygen and other gases, cells, macromolecules. So we know that. Please comment your answer, and the answer is macromolecules, because these simple organic compounds formed, interacted and formed the macromolecules, that are the RNA, DNA, sugars, they are the polymers. So please remember, these two questions are very familiar and they are repeatedly asked in your exams. So with this I conclude that the chemical evolution is finished, and this is all about the chemical evolution. In the next video, let me come up with the one more interesting evidences and factors related to evolution. So thank you, and if you like my video and if you feel that it is useful for you, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thank you everyone. Stay tuned and study well. Bye.